Hi guys, welcome to Aurora Art Studios. My name is Tony and today I'm going to be drawing Katakuri from One Piece. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'll be making videos just like this one every single week, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Now, saying that, this video was a week late. That's because I'm pretty busy during the week, and I do work during the week, so I don't really have a lot of time to create these artworks and video edit all the time. So it doesn't really give me as much time as I would like throughout the week to complete all this stuff. And it's the same thing over the weekend because I've always got events on. I do play tennis on the weekend, so small fact about me, and that does take up most of my Saturday. And I've usually gone out Saturday night, I've got plans Saturday night, so I'm usually pretty buggered on Sunday. And depending on how I feel the next day is how much I get done the next day too. So people in my previous videos would notice that this is a new kind of format to my video where I'm talking face to face. I've got me on camera and also commentating at the same time, giving you guys a few tips which are going to come up soon, and also seeing as the video right now me drawing, which is really cool, I think. So please let me know what you think of it in the comments. If you do, also give the video a thumbs up, and I'll leave a poll at the top of the video where you guys can tell me whether you like it, don't like it, or want me to try something new as well. Now, I'm pretty excited about this video besides this new format, because I'm showing you guys my entire drawing process. So during my first video that I ever did, the drawing Broly from Dragon Ball Super, the new movie, I had shown you guys my entire process where I started from scratch, and then what happened was I built up to clean lines, and then I finally fully rendered it. Now, a lot of my previous videos that I've done before this one, I kind of struck away from that because there was a lot of editing involved. It did lengthen a lot of the drawing part of the video, and I did want to just show you how I render as well at the same time. Now, I do render later on, as you will see if you keep watching, but yeah, a majority of this video is me showing you how I come to create the artwork through drawing. Now, there are definitely better ways to start a drawing, but this is the way I've been doing it for years, and I'm very comfortable with it. I'm very confident in doing so it's not something that bothers me too much. I did have two different images on the side there so you guys could see exactly what I do when I'm creating an artwork. I did use them as reference when I was drawing my artwork. I referred to them when creating certain aspects of the drawing. Definitely when I was drawing certain parts of Katakuri, because I don't know him off by heart, so I don't know exactly what he looks like. But like I said, my drawing process is something I'm comfortable with, but it's definitely something I can work on in the future. Now, I wanted to create a really cool perspective in the artwork, so it did take a little bit longer than I predicted, but that's because I didn't use any guidelines and any perspective grid lines, which I definitely should have used thinking about it now, but it was just something I really wanted to get into as soon as I could, and that's why I didn't. Now, as you can see, I had trouble drawing the hands. So what I actually did was I took pictures of my fists in different perspectives, or the relative perspective in the artwork that I wanted to portray. So I would take a picture with my phone, I would upload it onto my computer, and then I would use it as reference to draw the hand. So that's a great tip for you guys to use yourself as reference. And it's as easy as taking a picture of your own body part in that perspective, so you can look at something to refer to when drawing a certain aspect of your drawing. So I'm really happy that I'm showing you guys my entire drawing process from the get-go, because I want you to know how many times I change my mind and how many times certain aspects of the drawing change. It's because I never have an exact vision of how I want the image to look all the time, right? Sometimes I do, and sometimes it's great. Sometimes I don't, like in this case, and it's actually the majority of the time. And so I want you guys to see how many times I do alter the image. I wanted it to flow a lot more, because as you can see, the fists are going down. But what I do is I changed for the fists to aim up towards the spear, so the image felt like it was flowing, it was a lot more natural, and it wasn't something that kind of went against the grain. Now, that later on does help with the focal point of the image, because my artwork, I want you guys to focus on Katakuri, right? There's a lot going on, you know, the fists and the spear, and there's a lot saying, let's go that way, let's point away. But what's happening is later on, what you'll see is I render the image where it's a lot brighter on this part of the screen, so you guys can look at it. So your eyes are drawn to it, because over the other side is darker, over the part where Katakuri is, it's a lot brighter, so your eyes are naturally drawn to a brighter area. So hopefully by watching this video, you do see how big the process is when I create my artworks. Now, a lot of artists that are much more professional than I am and have been drawing for longer than I have, can draw a lot quicker than I can. But here's the thing, like I said, I don't have a lot of time during the week, so it does sometimes pan out to how much time and how much distribution I can throughout the week draw. And video editing isn't something that I can do so quickly. It usually does take me a day, maybe two, depending on what I have on throughout the week. Now I know this is an obvious one, but it's not something that I did when I was first starting out as an artist. So maybe it's the same with you. You may not be doing this, but what you need to do, you need to make sure you're doing, and is another great tip, is to make sure you sketch your art before you start doing solid lines. And it's especially the case when you're doing drawing on paper, because when you draw on paper, you don't really get a second chance. So you need to get it first go. Now, another great tip is to draw in your own art style and not to get caught up in the art style of the anime or the manga. Now, it's difficult because sometimes when you're trying to replicate a character that you've never drawn before, it does tend to lead towards exactly how the anime looks. But the best way to improve that and to draw in your own style is to just keep drawing. Alright, keep drawing different characters, keep drawing different anime characters, keep drawing anything. Eventually what will happen is you'll get comfortable and you'll feel out exactly how you like to portray things in an artwork. So finally you can see that I've got the full sketch of the artwork, that what I want the artwork to look like, right? So it's all down, it's all there. So now what I do is I go over the artwork in a more solid kind of draft, right? Now this is a disadvantage when drawing on paper, because what happens when you draw on paper is you lose this extra step. And this extra step is very important to me because it's extra clarification of exactly how I want the drawing to look. It defines certain parts of the drawing and it gives me a clear baseline of what I need to go over when I'm doing the clean lines. Now something that's also very important, and also another great tip, is to make sure you keep the detail of the face similar to how it's drawn in the anime or the manga. This is referring to anime drawings in general, right? Now, most of the personality that you get from a character is based around the face. When you see Goku's face, you think bang, Goku, right? When you see Vegeta, or when you see Luffy, when you see Naruto, Sasuke. Now, it's really important because people become familiar with these faces, right? They relate to the face. They know whose face it is, and so when you're drawing something and the face doesn't really come together, it doesn't add up, it just kind of looks like something that's not relative to that character. It's really important, especially if you're trying to keep the character's personality, because it's all right here. Now that's not at all supposed to say not to draw the way you kind of feel like the drawing needs to go, and especially if you haven't drawn something before, just draw it. Just go ahead, just keep drawing and see what it turns out. But you don't even have to specifically draw it exactly how the character looks like, right? There's a lot of artists and a lot of really good artists who don't draw the face exactly how it's drawn in the anime or the manga. Now, that's because they just want to portray the character in their own lights. So, who knows? If it's something that you want to do, something that you want to try out, then go for it. Create the character's face and create the entire artwork based on exactly how you want to portray it. Right? No one's got you bound and chained telling you exactly what to do. It's just it's an important kind of thing to know that all the personality that comes from a lot of these anime characters are in their face. So make sure you remember that. Make sure it's something that you definitely get from this video, because all I can say is that when I look at a lot of different artworks, sometimes I don't get that feel. When I see like a Goku image, right, and they get their face bang on, I feel like, oh, that's an awesome Goku picture. And don't worry, I get the same thing when it comes to a lot of other artworks that aren't exactly like Goku, and they're not supposed to be. But when I get an artwork that looks just like Goku and how I remember him and how I see him, it really brings back that nostalgic feeling, and I can really understand the image and I relate to it. Now, just a little quick input as well, there is an Easter egg in this video. If you guys know what the Easter egg is, make sure you comment it down below in the comment section, and if you get it right, I'll pin you in the comment section below. So like I was saying before, because a lot of the drawing or a lot of this video is me drawing this artwork, a lot of the rendering aspect of this video isn't going to be as detailed and shown throughout. There's going to be a lot of fading into majorities, and then now what's going to happen is I'm going to do the same thing when it comes to the shading and a lot of the lighting. Similar to the Luffy artwork from last week, what I've done is I've kind of come up with this new rendering form myself, where I do like a solid shading line, and then what I do is I fade it out or fade it into a darker version. And because I do this, the intensity of the light increases, and it also increases the depth of the drawing. I'll leave a link in the description down below, and as the first comment, linking to the Leafy video so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a lot more prevalent in that video because I do have a lot more time to show you what the rendering is. I do have a lot more time to show you how I render the artwork. So let's see how this artwork turned out. Alright guys, there you have it. That's my drawing of Charlotte Katakuri from One Piece. Now, I did make a few changes to it. I did increase the contrast and a little bit of light onto more him so you could look a bit more towards him. He did become more of a focal point, and I'm so glad I did that because there's so much going on and it did take a lot away from him himself. So adding that bit of light helped a lot. Now, if you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and comment in the comment section down below what you guys liked about it, and also tell me what you think I can improve on. Also, tell me whether you liked this new interaction. Like I said, I did leave a poll up earlier in the video, and I did ask you to do this, but please, it would mean a lot to me if you guys were to do something like that, because it gives me a lot of tips, and I want to hear your guys' feedback, because essentially I am doing this for your benefit. and I want you guys to understand exactly how I'm portraying everything I'm doing. Yep, so alright guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!